Mm. Mm. Yeah. Hey. Mm. 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 See what's going on. Welcome to this Sunday morning worship, y'all. What's good? I want to put this on for y'all. This is a request from a girl, Mary Max. This is LaShawn Pace. I'm just going to play just a second of it so y'all understand how serious this Sunday morning worship is with your boy Rico. Go ahead. There's a leak in this old building, and my soul has got to move. My soul has got to move. Ooh, my soul has got to move. There's a leak in this old building, and my soul has got to move. I've got to love them. I don't know about that. Yeah. Okay, YouTube, Facebook, don't hurt me. Shout out to the late great LaShawn Pace. Look, welcome to you boys. Sunday morning worship, the original, you hear me? What's up? Good morning, Dwayne. What's up, everybody? Look, can y'all see me? Am I in the right angle? Let me know if y'all, am I on the right angle? Y'all can see me up and down? Let me know. I'm trying something new. Can y'all see me in a correct angle? I'll wait for your response. I gotta move. I got to move. I got to move. There's a leak in this old building. Oh, I'm turning sideways. Hold on a second. Let me get this right. Thank you. Let me do this right. Oh, how's that? Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Oh, how's that? Can y'all see me now? What's good? Oh, sorry. I have all kinds of stuff propping my shit up. How's that? Now your original. Okay, cool. Sorry, we're going to have this conversation. All right. Y'all like I'm cool with Kanye? So everybody got Kanye on their lips. I'm going to pull out this shirt I made about a couple of years ago. You know, I'm cool with Kanye. You hear me? Say what you want to say about him. I'm still in there. I ain't no fair weather fan or friend. I'm not a fair weather friend in real life. I'm not a fair weather fan or what have you, or admirer. So, thank you, Dwayne. Appreciate it, bro. Eric, you watching? All right. So, and who's that other person? Dwayne told myself hallelujah. All right. Now, Mr. Boyce, y'all come on in here. Y'all need to share this too. I'm going to drop some serious Sunday morning worship. My sermon is diversity is a death to black colleges, black university, and the murderer of Dante Wright is given only 24 months. We'll start with her. Kim Potter, you know that bitch? That, said, oh my God, I shot him. She didn't have to even be out there because the black dude had the little biracial boy under control, but she just had to. Now, I said this a while back on another live. When it comes to murdering of black men, and I guess now half black men, because Dante Wright was a biracial, and was biracial, and I say this because his mother is clearly white, so y'all stop calling biracial people black. Y'all cut it out. It takes a black mother and a black father to make a black child. It takes an Asian mother and an Asian father to make an Asian child. It takes a white mother and a white father to create a white child. It takes a Mexican mom and a Mexican dad to create a Hispanic or a Mexican child. And y'all know how it is. So I don't understand why we don't know what black is. But one thing I always appreciate about white folks, they know exactly what white is, and there's no debate. So, but we seem to act as if we never took 8th grade biology or looked at a family album. So, mm, um, yeah, the heifer was only given 24 months. And then there's her mugshot. She's allegedly smiling or smirking. I went and looked it up. She is doing a kind of like a, no, these cops, man, I'm telling you, they clown because there's no repercussions. And I'm not talking about political or legal repercussions because there's no repercussions from the community. If you can continue to kick dirt in somebody's face, all they do is like, it's okay. It's okay. I just let God deal with you. It's all right. And then as soon as you dust it off, poof, they kick you in the face again with dirt. It's all right. I'm going to let God handle you. See, that's who we are to every group in this country. Black people are the folks who everybody gets to kick dirt on and laugh. We become that group. Know how we became that group? Now I'm going to get back to that Kim Porter bitch. That Kim Potter bitch. That Kim Potter murderer. That Kim Potter whore. That Kim Potter cracker. That Kim Potter fucking devil. I'm going to get back to her in a second, bitch. The thing is, that civil rights movement made us those people. And those of you who keep honoring these Benjamin Hooks and these John Lewises and even these Dr. King before 1965, these civil rights Negroes, they're the ones that got us to be the bitches of all races. We are the Poindexters of all the races in this country. We are the kid who everybody knocks his books down on the floor in the hall between bell rings. We are the one that everybody snatches all the tater tots off his lunch tray in the cafeteria. That is the black race in America. I know you hate to hear that, but that's the truth. The police department, these institutions, these educational institutions, what have you, they don't disrespect Asians, they don't disrespect Hispanics, they don't disrespect Arabs, Palestinians, they don't disrespect immigrants, anybody, but they will disrespect black people at a heartbeat. Even as we speak, some Negroes are being disrespected at the grocery store. So what do you do about that? Well, we love to celebrate the Haitian victory over the French. How y'all think they did that? You think they went to a Pettis bridge and bowed down and prayed? Lord, please forgive us our transgressors, because, oh, glory. They know not what they're doing. Every time he hits me in the back of the head with that damn billy club across my stomach, it knocked my fucking teeth out. Bless him, Lord. He don't know no better. He's hitting me out of anger because he hurts himself. Come on, somebody. Hallelujah. No, they didn't. They didn't do that. They went with their guns, their knives, their bows, their arrows, even Native Americans. They went down. They said, we ain't finna let y'all wipe us out without a fight. And we were doing just fine. We were almost up there until the 30s and 40s when these Greek and homosexual so-called leaders, I know these black Greeks, y'all get tired of me talking about y'all ass. But y'all are part of the history of why black people are so weak. Yeah, there were some accomplishments there, but the leaders of the civil rights movement were Greek and homosexual men. Go read it. Go read up on it. And so don't come at me as if I own all the books in history. I don't. I read the same ones that you purposely look past or you don't know anything about. See, our scholars taught me a lot of this stuff. Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, Franz Fanon. No, the scholars, Dr. Joy Leary, Dr. Julia Hare, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, they taught me, Dr. Naeem Akbar, Dr. Ben Yahanan. See, these folks, Dale Jones, Brother Neely Fuller, these are the scholars, Dr. Claude Anderson, they're still here. He's still here trying to teach us. But we won't listen. So the scholars taught me in the 90s about white supremacy and the history of the Haitian Revolution and all these revolutions that black folks had, even the slave insurrections. History taught me that. But we're running around here worrying about some damn NFL shit. We're running around here worrying about stuff that don't even matter. We're around here talking about what happened on Power Book 2, Power Raising Cain. We talking about all the nigga shows, P-Valley. We worry about shit that don't even matter. But you can have your entertainment. That is the biggest part of why we're still getting kicked in the ass. We're always looking to laugh. We're always looking to eat. We're always looking at something that'll keep us from wanting to put these hands up like we're supposed to, the way we did before the 1930s, the 1940s. They're always getting it in. But you don't teach black kids that. That's why they're getting their ass thrown down in the mall while the white boy that they're fighting gets to be sat on the couch and he's sitting around like wondering, damn, why they do me like that? He's wondering in 2022, why did they handcuff me and not him? And then his mammy gonna say, well, if it was, I don't want to make it racial, but I just wonder why they treated my son that way. Now, you silly broad. Y'all see how this shit's not getting any better? Because y'all look at people like me like I'm the problem. I'm the problem because I'm saying this kind of stuff out loud. I'm the problem. I'm divisive. I'm polarizing. I'm anti. I don't think I'm anti is lies. And you grown black people with college degrees, absolutely refused to teach your children about the history of how cool we were and how cool we are. We're so busy trying to push this diversity and inclusion. We're all the people, but it's interesting about our race in this country. We're black in sections and circles, but we don't like to be black nationally unless another group gives us money to be black. I'll explain to you. See, Black Lesbians Matter was just a foreign group that was funded by white Jew and white people, white liberals, white Democrats. I know y'all love you Democrats because Republicans are the enemy. See, they fund us to be black, but ordinarily, you know, we do the little, what we call the black cultural mores and folk rays, the barbecue, the dance and all that, but we're not very astute politically. And that's how we keep losing. And also, we don't treat non-black people the way we treat each other. Let's say, for example, someone stepped on a new pair of Jordans, it's all out war. But we don't do that. We come up with every excuse not to. And please spare me the black on black. Well, you know, we need to stop this black on black. I get it. But whenever something comes up, you know, when white folks get killed by somebody, don't nobody white says, you know what? We need to do something about this white on white crime. I know, I get it. Yeah, they shouldn't have killed that white person. That white person shouldn't have got killed, you know, by the cops or whatever. But we need to do something about this white on white. You hear about, well, yeah, we need to stop this Mexican on Mexican or Hispanic on Hispanic violence. We need to stop this gay on gay violence. They don't ever mention that. We do all of that because we want to avoid the inevitable. We're going to have to put our hands up in the streets, not because we can't seem to do shit in the courts with these people. We're going to have to put the hands up. And you don't mind doing it as long as it's against somebody black. But when it comes to the Blue Klux Klan, all of a sudden, well, I don't know, you know, we need the police. Well, we hate the police. It's like a bipolar reaction. Do we want them or do we not want them? Do we love them or do we not love them? Are they a detriment to us or are they not a detriment to us? Well, they show us all the time that the Blue Klux Klan, because you got black folks who are cops, whites and Hispanics, everybody treat Negroes the same when they put their uniform on. You don't believe me? Just look around. Sure, they have those out there who behave, but you know what I say about those so-called good cops? They're just as culpable. Let me explain. I am in the car I pick up two of my friends. We're heading to the mall. And all of a sudden, now I know my friends, they with the shit. All of a sudden, we ride through the mall at the red light. They pull out their pistol and go, bow, 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 to the next car. And I pull off. I'm like, man, what the hell y'all doing? This is crazy. Why y'all do that? Man, you know we keep these pistols on us. And then the police pull it over. And they arrest us. I'm like, look, man, I ain't had nothing to do with that. You know, or I don't say anything. That's all right. You ain't got to have nothing to do with it. Because you know what? They was in your car. These are your friends. They shooting out your car. And you going to jail with the same charge. See, that's why I think about police. You want to say, even though I'm a good person in that car, I still didn't say anything about what they did. That's your police department. So all y'all, not all cops are bad. Y'all can shove that up your ass. Because they all know what their coworkers do and they sit silently because they want to keep their paychecks. They let a whole race suffer and be battered on. And then a lot of them participate in the battering, verbal or physical battering, just so they can keep their job. So please, don't tell me about no damn, well, not all cops are bad. Well, all of them know what their coworkers are doing. So they're just as culpable. They all need to be taken to fucking jail. And so, that Kim Potter broad, she just like the white woman. What was that in Alabama that shot the black dude that had his arms up walking away? She shot him in the back. And she got off with a new job. And then you got this bitch in Dallas who only not even got a full 7 to 8 years for shooting a man sitting in his living room eating a bowl of cereal. And I just knew, I said, these white girls trying to get in on getting them a Negro too. Cause I'm telling y'all, that police force, the police force across the country, they got these groups in them, or they're a group, and they want to all say, look, we all gonna get this ritual done and shoot us a nigga. And the white men have gotten away with it so much here, the white women want to get in on it. And guess what's coming next? Y'all ain't gonna believe me because I said it. Black women cops gonna get in on shooting black dudes next. Watch. But, and y'all think there's justice being done because these little 5 or 6 cops out of 50,000 killing niggas going to jail? Then they give them 24 months. Let you kill a regular person, you gone for 40 years. Come on, y'all. Again, I'm talking, see, you know, we tend to celebrate the wrong things at the wrong time. And that's the problem I have with my race. We're fucked. We got all this religion. We got all these other distracting things, but we don't have what's called black unity. Elijah Muhammad, according to Minister Farrakhan, said he told them, black folks have tried everything to get to the seat of the table in white society. We've kneeled in, we've prayed in, we've tried to, what else? Kneeled in, prayed in, we slept in, meaning we try to marry white folks and have mixed kids, like that's going to get us to the table of equality. We've done all those things. It's still nothing. So it was the one thing we have not tried, which is more powerful than an atomic bomb. That is black unity. And when you bring that up, you got to, I ain't pro-black. Well, you know, I love everybody. And we're all humans. But you don't ever have to ask that question when it comes to Asians, Hispanics, white folks, gays, white or black gays, trans. Everybody else is on code when it comes to their group. But the average Negro in America, they're scattered all over the place. Don't nobody want that Haitian. Nobody want that smoke. And I'm talking about the people who have the money and the means to make a difference. You know, your black professionals, the athletes, the entertainers, they make millions of dollars and absolutely refuse to get in on what we call the Black American Haitian Revolution that needs to be done. Well, and I understand that because they're under contract to only be entertainers for white folks, not to be recalcitrant. Did y'all see this black football player real quick? Oh, hold on, y'all. Oh, got to move. Hey, hold on a minute. Let me show y'all something. This black football player. I'm gonna type it up real quick so I can find him. Let's see. Let me see. NFL football player. NFL football player attends girls' prom. Let's see. All right. Let me see. What is it? Let me see what it is. Maybe it's something else. Okay. Girl with autism. Okay. Let's see. No, daughter, dad. Let's see. Who's this? NFL player takes Down syndrome. He takes the Down syndrome. Let's see what he did. It's just an example of what these black celebrities do. You know, and these black athletes, let me tell y'all something. Here's what's this cat's name? Anthony Harris. He said, Eagles safety Anthony Harris lent a helping hand to a young girl in need of Her name was Audrey Soap, 11-year-old living outside Austin, Texas. You know, what's amazing about these black athletes over the years, those of you who love sports, football or what have you, you ever paid attention to how unattainable or unaccessible, what is the word? Non-accessive, no, having no access, how black kids in the ghetto rarely have any access to the professional athletes, or black kids, well, period. They don't have that much contact or access to these professional black athletes, basketball and football. Every time you see these big black athletes handing a new pair of their tennis shoes to a white kid, or they're in commercials talking to white kids. But yet it's black kids who look up to these black athletes for them just being on TV, not because they do anything for them or with them. You ever paid attention to that? See, this is what the scholars taught me, and when they taught us about racism, white supremacy, and with their book, the Willie Lynch Letter, what it talks about, this is what they're talking about. These guys are under a contract not to be known as a black messiah. Shout out to J. Edgar Hoover when he said, as he began the process of taking down all the black movements or black organizations like the Black Panthers and SNCC and CORE, and he said, we must prevent the rise of a black messiah, a black Jesus, a black messenger. And Lyndon Baines Johnson said, and for the next 200 years, we're going to have all you Negroes voting Democrat. And here we are. Prevent the rise of a black messiah. These black athletes have the potential to be a messiah for our race, but they're not. They're under contract, and they have to be. Because our race should not be so shut down. You got all these black educators, these black engineers, these black politicians, these black researchers. We got a lot of black folks doing a lot of things we have black folks who can build rocket ships. But none of them can seem to come together about, to end this poverty issue in black America. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I never thought about that. Or is this me being a divisive anti-hater again? Well, be that as it may. So, these black athletes, and all it is to continue to be in the good graces of the dominant society, which is white America. That's these black athletes. I mean, we're not asking them to come hang out in the hood. We ask them to be just as visible with doing something with black kids. Because black kids, since a lot of them systematically don't have any fathers, well, they look up to the black rappers and the black athletes. And I need them to please stop looking at these dumbass black rappers. They're the dumbest, most ignorant bastards on the planet. And a lot of these NBA players need to quit getting Instagram thoughts pregnant. And a lot of these black NFL players need to stop getting pregnant in Instagram thoughts. But for the most part, they look at them for their riches and their wealth and the material things. And they rarely share the wealth with the black kids, young black men. They rarely do that. They do standoffish stuff. They'll like give to Boys and Girls Club. They make sure they give to organizations that they know that will not reach the inner city or the hood. You can debate me all day long. Bring your goddamn receipts. Bring one of your pro athletes and let me have him debate me. Like, man, that's not true. We're always in the hood. I doubt it. You mean you are a current NFL athlete, NBA athlete who's talked about all the time on ESPN or First Sports, First FS1 and all that shit. You are now a running hot athlete or an entertainer, and you do stuff with black kids? If that's the case, Harvey Levin on TMZ would be talking about it. They talk about every time you have drama with your baby mama. So save that. And by the way, this is my Rico the Opinionist page, by the way. My opinions, y'all, so don't get bent out of shape. I just wanted to share that because I'm kind of over the cops, the mistreatment by cops of black people, and we're sitting around waiting for the same group of folks who refuse to look at reparations as a reality, but could see reparations for every group in this country except for black people. I'm kind of over it, so it's up to us. Y'all know, hey, Christian black folks, y'all know the old saying is God helps those who help themselves. So we're going to help ourselves. You know how you can end the whole cop thing? Let them know that they can be touched too. They're human beings like everybody else. Because going this screaming and trying to get these payoffs on CNN and all that shit, they don't bring nobody back. I guarantee you. When you talk about the Haitian Revolution, study it, see what they did. Then look at what you're doing and all the hell you're going through in America, black folks. I know a lot of you got make a good living. Y'all think that's going to end it. Mm-mm. So, I want to move on to the next topic here, and it was a conversation I was having on the HBCU United Support, HBCU Alumni United, something like that page on Facebook. And it was about Southern University. It wasn't about my dear old Grambling. Chris Armour was good, bro. Eric Mayfield, what's up? Southern University has picked the new chancellor president, right? And I was just reading the post, but they showed his credentials and all of this. And the thing that popped out most were two things. He had a JD or a law degree, and he has a lot of experience in diversity and inclusion. And he comes from Iowa, community college of Pittsburgh, no HBCU experience whatsoever. But I guess you don't have to have that to be president of a university. And I guess we're going to have to get past them having to have a PhD or EDD, because I guess they're hiring attorneys now to be presidents of universities, particularly HBCUs. I always found it to be strange. Well, it's like, damn. So when we saw the other candidates that they chose this guy over, it makes you scratch your head a little bit. Like, wait a minute now. You had all these men, the other four candidates or five candidates, all had PhDs or EDDs. They were sitting presidents of universities. They were vice president for student affairs or vice president for academic affairs. They were proven leaders administratively in universities across the board, and especially HBCUs, because a lot of them were HBCU graduates. And they worked in HBCU systems. And some of them written books, scholars, great candidates. But Southern University chose, in my opinion, the least experienced person. First of all, he had a JD, not a PhD. He never worked, according to his credentials, never worked in an HBCU setting or anywhere, or even worked in administration. He was over diversity and inclusion. That's the information that was presented. So for all of you who like to use this weird ass language, you're spreading misinformation. No, I'm just sharing what you share with me. And so it got me to thinking. A couple years ago, I created a T-shirt. Hold on one second. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to try to find it. Damn it. I should have already said, if I had known I was going to talk about this damn thing. Where is it? Okay, I'm back. What's up? All right, I'm back. All right. I created this T-shirt for my own school, for Grambling State University. And I want y'all to see. Now check this out. It says, where is the black male, right? And I created this T-shirt for my own Grambling State University because, now, check out the picture. Now, this was the picture that they had. I think it's on the cafeteria wall, on the window glass of the cafeteria at Grambling State University. And this was on from what I understand, the SGA web, Instagram or Facebook page. Now, this is supposed to be some form of advertisement for Grambling State University. But look, you got a black female, a white male, I guess he's supposed to be Hispanic, and a white female. Where's the black male in this picture? And I made a big stinker about it in all of our alumni pages. A lot of people were upset, because I'm telling y'all, it's something going on with the Negro in America. And so on the back of it, I had, diversity means death to HBCUs. I wore this t-shirt on that campus all day, and people, they would look at it and they didn't understand. Nobody would ask me, let me tell you something about the American Negro, the so-called educated Negro in America. They see you telling the truth, but they just do this. They kind of just look past it like you'll disappear, like the truth will disappear. And that's what we have. Yeah, and I had a problem with that. Because there's something going on at my alma mater that black males are not being presented on their campus. And so when they picked this new president at Southern University, based on the big thing that stood out, his experience in diversity and inclusion. All right. Because I want to make sure I say this correctly so no one accuse me of being anti. And some of the comments on that page after I addressed that, where of course, again, I keep telling y'all, I read what the scholars wrote for us in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Now do I need to keep naming a lot of the scholars? Or y'all calling them black authors or black books? They told us what was happening back then, and we still, we ignore it because it takes work. And you know how folks just say, well, God put it on my heart and all of this. We don't want to know stuff because when we learn something, it means you have to do some work. And so a lot of us don't want to know. Y'all think I want to know all the time? Or most stuff I find out about, because I know in my heart, in my soul, that if I find out about it, I'm going to have to tell it and share it. And I understand the consequences. Just like everybody who've read about when they got that information or they got that, God put it on their heart. Shout out to Malcolm X, Nat Turner, Marcus Garvey. Shout out to Booker T. Washington. Shout out to Fannie Lou Hamer, Ida B. Wells Burnett, Harriet Tubman. When God put it on their heart, they had to tell them. Medgar Evers, King Darren Seals out of Ferguson, Missouri. When they put it on their heart, you have to tell it. A lot of you won't understand because y'all think something coming your way. You don't. I don't want to know. I don't need to know that. But yet we like to throw up the names of Jesus and folks like that. When God put it on their heart, he had to tell it. Y'all don't want that smoke. So at least when I'm saying it, don't paint me as an anti or a hater because that means I'm in the same line of the very people that you worship, that you celebrate on their birthdays. Because when they put it on their heart, when we put it in a book for them to know, they told it. So I understand why a lot of us get this information and don't tell it or don't share it. I do understand. You don't want that smoke. You want to still be able to survive. And death is not required. But it's like people don't want you to be here when you start talking against their sensibilities. So, Southern University, if you know the history of Southern and how Southern looks, Southern, I'm not going to, because Southern is our sister school in the SWAC. I love Southern. Never visited their campus, but one guy got on there saying, well, if they're going to push diversity, I hope they recruit a lot of Hispanics. And one person going to say that, this some old black lady, college grad, she want to talk about how good diversity is and all of that. Now, we're talking about HBCUs now, black colleges. And so I have to give grown-ass people the history of black colleges. And I had another person on there saying, well, so what's the problem with him? He was diversity and inclusion at Iowa State. What's the problem with him trying to get blacks on the campus of Iowa State? And I had to inform my dear brother that it's not about bringing blacks to Iowa State. I'm saying diversity and inclusion at HBCUs. I put this t-shirt up there saying diversity means death to HBCUs. And someone said, the author of the post sent me a note, responded saying, explain please. That lets me know that I said, something wrong with these niggas. Something wrong with these people. So I said to him simply, when you pour cream into black coffee, what happens? And I got no response. See, I don't have to go into these elongated, just heavy, intellectually heavy responses, because it'd be a waste. See, dealing with arrogance, narcissism, and just fear, you just keep it simple like that. A lot of us are so full of ourselves based on degrees and economic accomplishments that we're ignorant and arrogant and egotistical. How dare you? That is what I'm studying for. Yeah. And so a little pissant like me comes along and pisses on your parade, now you mad. That's never my intent. My intent for all the information to get out there. If you put something up public, well, let's bring all the information out there. So I'm bringing this up because there's been a push to really dilute HBCUs, black colleges. Not just by white folks, by us. We don't even want black colleges. We don't even want them. I know this because we've had so many black folks who graduate from HBCUs, and then they send their kids to University of Iowa, University of Memphis, Baylor. They send them to PWIs all over. But you became the CEO based on your education from Grambling, Southern, Hampton, Howard. It's the weirdest thing. So it was good enough for you, but it's not good enough for your child, huh? We have that bad. Then some of you tell me, well, it's not where he wanted to go. How did you know where you wanted to go? Because you probably say my uncle went, my dad went. Well, your child's father went, and so how did they? I know when I see a lot of white kids go to their schools because their parents take them to the football games and all kinds of events that their university sponsors. Do you do the same with your children when HBCUs are throwing stuff? Do you just walk them on the campus and look around, see the sea of black folks carrying books, going to class and see how they interact? Can you get them to envision themselves being amongst the future leaders of America that look like them? We don't think like that for some reason. Lemoyne in Memphis, Tennessee should not be lacking in students the way it is. Memphis, Tennessee has about 500,000 people. I know at least 60,000 students. Lemoyne small college should always have a waiting list. But they all go to Christian Brothers Roads, University of Memphis. And guess what? They majored in psychology, English, criminal justice, sociology, all the damn majors that Lemoyne has. They're not talking about, well, I went there because they have this astrological, they have this aeronautics engineering program there at Lemoyne. I get that. But your child is majoring in English, criminal justice, psychology, sociology, philosophy. All the HBCUs got all of that. Social work. All HBCUs got those undergrad programs. And graduate, master's degree social work, master of arts in teaching, master's education, EDDs. But in our head, well, I want to get all my stuff in no black college because when the employers see you, no, come on. People still think like that. It's weird. Let me go back to the Iowa State comment that the brother made. I said, diversity and inclusion at PWIs was created based on federal laws like these titles 1, 2, and all that kind of shit. All the titles. Because they were forcibly and intentionally making sure that blacks did not attend these white schools. So those programs were created, they were forcefully created because the white schools did not allow blacks or anybody else to attend their schools. Did y'all hear me? This is for all the smart Negroes. They were created, these diversity and inclusions were created because white schools did not want black kids. Why in the hell do y'all think HBCUs were initially created? because black students are not allowed on white campuses. So, wonderful people like Booker T. Washington and others, Mary McLeod Bethune, they all say, you know what, we'll create our own institutions of higher learning. And they've been successful. All the way through the Civil Rights Movement, all the way up through the 70s, even up to now. But we don't understand diversity. I remember years ago, I used to say, you know, black people don't understand what diversity is, what multiculturalism is. Black people don't. Everyone else does. Diversity, inclusion, and multiculturalism were three concepts that were created by white corporate America to get everybody's money, fool. But then white liberals took it and to convince, bought off Negroes. This is all about us being all together. We're all learning each other's culture. We're all together. They have nothing to do with a damn thing. Those are the three money concepts. Now, here I am. I just have a master's degree in social work. I don't have a PhD. I don't have a technical degree in engineering and a highly intellectual degree in English. Okay. So it takes common sense. I've never worked in corporate America. But America is a capitalist country. Everything is for sale. Everything can be bought. Multiculturalism, diversity and inclusion, three corporate concepts created to get everybody's money, to advertise to everybody. Y'all think McDonald's just advertised just to white folks? A billion served does not include just white folks. Everybody. And they create different concepts to identify with you under that one umbrella of McDonald's, and everybody comes in and gets a fish fillet. Shout out to the fish fillet combo, though. So I just need us to be more intelligent. Number two, they also got compensated. They get compensated for every non-white head that's on the campus, but there's a cap. See, it could be a school that's got 40,000 students, but traditionally white, or 30,000 students, traditionally white. They will allow up to maybe 10% of their population to be non-black. Let's say a school like UT Knoxville got about 40,000 students. Only 1,300 or 1,500 of them are non-white. They got people, India, Asians, and black folks there. That's what it is. And they get money for every non-black, non-white head that attend that school. They have a cap of what they accept. And so, I want to do some teaching this morning. See, you multicultural blacks, you highly educated Negroes. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all ain't got the sense of an ant's fart. We need diversity on our campus because diversity. See, y'all playing that route. But also, the HBCUs are using this diversity and inclusion tag to get state and federal dollars. Because HBCUs have gotten so lazy that they don't even recruit or can even raise funds or recruit from their own people. We have 40-some million blacks in this country. And HBCUs don't know how to recruit or appeal to black people. Y'all didn't hear me, did you? HBCUs, we have 40 million blacks. But HBCUs don't seem to have a clue on how to recruit black students and fundraise with black people. Now, other people will give, so they lean on white corporate dollars. They lean on these state programs, federal. Well, then we get more Mexicans in here. We get more whites in here. We can add. But see, let me go back to why black colleges were created. See, black colleges were created as a space where we can go and learn without all this, go home, nigga. We don't want you here. Get away from our school. See, we got black kids that go to white schools now and still getting told, go home, nigga. You doing all that just to get your degree in sociology from Texas A&M. Get out of here, stupid. And then when you graduate from your PWI, you hear all of us from Grambling, Southern, Howard, Hampton, Jackson State talking our HBCU experience. You sit there and look stupid because you cannot identify. That's another thing. Y'all rob your children of a great experience when undergrad, you send them to a PWI. And then they'll tell you around their junior year, damn, I wish I had gone to HBCU. They always say it. Because it's literally like leaving your home and going home. Because there's a different environment. It's a cultural thing. It's family at the HBCUs. That's what I felt at Grambling. There was no strangers there. Now, we say there's not any foolishness going on? Of course. There's 18 and 23-year-old kids all over the goddamn place. Administrative foolishness going on? Of course. I even wrote about some of the stuff when I was a student at Grambling. Stealing money, inappropriate relationships in administration. All that is still going on. But it goes on in all colleges, universities. Hell, at Stanford and Yale, they got these white girls call themselves sugar babies going on. So we don't have to get into all of that. But the black college was created as a safe haven where black people, black students can come and study and be great. And the history of HBCU graduates just speaks for itself. We're all over the place. In every field, every profession, we've topped it. Political, economic, educational, engineering, or STEM. Black folks are there coming from HBCUs. Where do you think your first black athletes came from? HBCUs, and dominated the sports, be it basketball or football. A lot of your engineers started out at Tuskegee, FAMU. But see, we still talking about this diversity and inclusion. I'm going to get to y'all. Get to that. I'm just telling y'all, letting y'all know how valuable HBCUs are and what they mean to black students. Because see, at the HBCU, we actually got to have conversations about ourselves, about our race, about the world. See, we got people so ignorant thinking, I want to go to an HBCU because the world ain't all black. When actually, if you look at the numbers, the world is majority black. But let me stick to your premise. See, we're taught that, hey, you are great, but you're going to be greater. You have to be. And a lot of corporate companies come to HBCUs to recruit. You know why? Because they know that they're teaching us to be better than the mainstream because of the disadvantages that are always there. But we still turn out to be slightly better. Let's go back to the days of Jim Crow and legalized segregation in these little black middle schools and elementary schools and high schools. They were given the 2 or 3 year hand-me-down books of the white schools and still came out more articulate, could think faster than a lot of the white kids. Coming from an HBCU environment. See, we piss on our own greatness because we still want white validation. And a lot of us, it's almost like individually. A lot of us don't feel comfortable being by ourselves with ourselves. Let me say that again. A lot of us going to make rash decisions in life because, as it relates to relationships or what have you, because we don't like ourselves as individuals. Some people are like, I can't be alone. I don't know what I do because you don't like being with yourself. See, the notion is going through these HBCUs that black kids, black colleges don't like being with each other. See, that's fueling this diversity and inclusion, along with the money aspect of it. Next, even when you are out and you felt alone at your HBCU, your college professor said, hey, you all right? You knew your college professor by name and they knew you by your name and your family as well. There's an intimacy there. So when we all graduate from an HBCU, we can all share that same experience. When you pour cream in black coffee. Keep that in mind. See, this generation, these millennials, Zillennials, because the Generation X never taught them about race, what white supremacy truly is, and black culture in a sense, not just thug, not this thought, not this nigger, but actual black culture of empowerment and successes and doing the work. That's the black I identify with. I don't identify with this nigger culture. And a lot of black copies hold on one second. Dewey says one of my biggest regrets not attending an HBCU. Right on, brother. That's all. I just keep hanging out with me, bro. I'll sprinkle that dust on you, man. I got you, bro. You'll come to homecoming with me and Grambling one of these days. And so we don't teach our kids this culture. This it's a thing that you get. It's a camaraderie that it will last forever. Even folks who I knew didn't like me or I didn't care for them, but it's something about, even when I see them at homecoming, it's the fact that we have that in common. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, how you doing? Wow, how's your family? Oh, wow, look at you. It's just something about it. And so you got these I call soldiers for white supremacy. They're picking these college presidents and their main motto. Let me go back to that post. I'm going to take y'all back. I said, it seems that Southern University picked this guy over those more actually experienced candidates because they're trying to go for diversity and inclusion. And a lot of these black colleges, all they want to tout is how many white folks they got at their school now. Howard University is done. Bluefield State is done. A lot of these HBCUs are done. Because, see, when you pour cream in black coffee, what happens? You weaken its strength. You weaken the foundation. When people are hungover from alcohol, they don't drink a mocha latte. They drink black coffee. Because there's a strength to it. And some of us in our race have become so multicultural and we're so diverse. I don't even understand the political and the racial ramifications. I'm going to explain to you the diversity that should be pushed on black kids. Are you ready? When I arrived at Grambling State University, January 3rd, at 11:03 a.m., I arrived from the Greyhound bus station. Shout out to Mr. Gray's Greyhound bus station there at Grambling. And my first friend who helped me with my luggage, his name is Frank. Frank was a light-skinned brother. He had this 3-day shadow beard, had like kind of curly hair. He wore this leather kind of cowhide coat with the lamb collar there. It's kind of brawny brother, about 5'9". And I think he had on leather cowboy boots with jeans. Frank, have you ever seen Frank? Frank used to hang out. I don't think he was a member of a fraternity. He used to hang out with a lot of Kappas and stuff and everybody around him. But Frank helped me take my luggage from Gray's, from the Gray's Insurance and the Greyhound bus station all the way across campus to Pensacola. I said, God damn, we ever gonna stop walking? He took my suitcase and my little handbags. I took my main suitcase and I carried it, and it began to snow. 1989. And so that's why I met my little freshman friends. Shout out to Norman. Shout out to my man Reggie. TC, wherever you are. What's up, brother? Elmo. What's good, bro? But anyway, I was starting all my little freshman friends. But my first few days at Grambling, right, as a freshman in January 1989. And so, for me, diversity was, I never met anybody, no black person from New York. We had people from New York from all 5 boroughs. And they were all 5 different people. I never met anybody from Detroit. I never met anybody from Bristol, Connecticut that was black. I never met anybody from Arizona. I never met too many people from Chicago. Never met anybody from New Orleans and all of the shenanigans that come with theirs. Them, hey, baby, no Andrew, and sister move out. I mean, just in the cooking and the crawfish and all that. You know, they brought that Southern Louisiana and Alexandria and Appaloosas and Bill Platt and Kenner and Shreveport and Monroe and Tallulah, and it goes on and on. Slidell. You know, all these wonderful black folks that came, that descended upon Grambling State University's campus. You know, I'd met too many people from California. Ponchatoula, Hammond, that's right. Everybody was at Grambling. Man, even Buffalo, New York was up there. You hear me? Man, black folks, from Barbados. We got, shout out to my man Adrian. Barbados, Africa, black students from all over. That was diversity. But these black colleges, these black college presidents, see, they think they're slick. They don't recruit. These southern campuses, these southern black colleges, they don't recruit from the East Coast and West Coast and Midwest like they used to. They don't, because they're trying to get white kids. They're trying to get Mexicans. Let me tell y'all, like I had to tell these folks, HBCUs have never, ever, with all of our culture and all our blackness, all the discussions we had on our campuses, even our professors were on code as it relates to molding black minds for the mainstream world. That's what HBCUs did in the 90s up until around probably 2000. But now they molded a bunch of black faces, but weird mindsets. And I'm always posing the questions, is there still black culture on these black college campuses? Because we had the conscious students, we had Nation of Islam, 5%ers. We had everybody. Everybody from all 50 states. That was diversity to me. Meeting all these black folks with these different hometown cultural behaviors and mores and folkways. That was diversity to me. If we want diversity, introduce black kids to other black kids they never met. Hell, we always know about white folks. We read about white history. But see, these black college presidents that talk about this diversity and inclusion, they're in it for themselves. They don't give a damn about black culture. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I don't care if that's y'all favorite president, your favorite person. They don't give a damn about black culture. That is what made us great. And the great Eddie Robinson became great because he came out of blackness. And he sent blackness to the NFL. Greatness to the NFL. See, these new multicultural Negroes, they want to erase blackness from these HBCUs. And I'm always keeping an eye on my own Grambling State University. Because, see, we got diversity, right? They get money for that. Let me go back, and I don't want y'all to miss nothing. HBCUs have never, ever rejected or sent out a message that no other race was ever allowed to come to HBCUs. Y'all want to know why black colleges remain 99.9% black? Because those other races didn't think the black colleges were shit anyway. They didn't think nothing of them. No, I want to go there. I'd rather go to a prison vocational program than go to a damn Grambling. That's how black white folks thought about black colleges. The same cognitive dissonance that black people share when it comes to black colleges, HBCUs. Yeah, white people thought that's why they never applied. That's why I didn't want to come there. I want to be around all them niggas. What can they teach me? Then when we get them, we get the lowest of the trailer park whites. And I'm tired of that comparison. Blacks, poor whites. Why we always got to be compared to poor whites? We're mighty people. Those white folks are the ones that compete with their own white folks. So they're going to try to come in and blend in for 4 years. So that's why I know when Grambling won that football game, the Bayou Classic, and they made this Bama-ass white boy, to try to make him the face of the game, and I came in and ran roughshod over that shit. No, you're not. All those boys, when they were losing, y'all say the team was losing. Y'all ain't say one face was losing. So when they won that game, the whole fucking team won. Grambling graduates, Grambling alumni, weirdos. You gonna make that one white boy the motherfucking face of the Bayou Classic? You crazy? Long as I know how to see, read, and write, that shit ain't gonna happen. At least I'm gonna let my voice be heard about it. Yeah, Grambling tried to make a white boy the face of the goddamn Bayou Classic win. Stupid ass people. Not all, but y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about you. And so every time, in these little black colleges, you ain't got to have a half a white Caucasian. Like Southern, they got a fat belly, a thick fat white boy to play the to be something. They just made him the highlight of all the Bayou Classic game. This fat white boy in the band. Y'all cut it out. We get excited over anything that's not us. Because we don't value our own treasure. We don't value our own greatness. When we see somebody copying our greatness, that's when we get excited. Grambling, or no other HBCU is ever excluded by law or by morality or by societal standards, ever excluded anybody. They didn't want to come to black colleges because they didn't fucking want to. Now, because we've been sitting there just doing our thing. Now, Gramblin's had a couple of white folks over the years. But this thing now let's get into the inclusion part. Y'all know what the inclusion part is, don't you? LGBT. Because they get a little money from that. Everybody's being punked out by the LGBT. Like one brother said in the article I read, he said, I'm tired of these less than 4% people made to look like they the 99%. And that's what's happened in America. All these tiny groups, Jews, LGBT and all this, they put on TV so much they make it look like they all over the place. And they got so much to say. And if you say something about them, you will be taken out. What's wrong with us? But y'all believe in God. Shit. I doubt it. All these religious posts and all this shit, y'all believe in God. If you did, you'll be following the orders and laws of God and nature. You're a liar and a hypocrite. And so that's what this diversion and this diversity and inclusion is all about. Pushing down blackness, easing out blackness, black culture. Because I swear, I'm telling you, I just feel it in my bones. That's what's going on at my own Grambling State University. I'm telling y'all, whenever I walk these last homecomings, I didn't feel any blackness on that campus. I didn't feel that black culture the way we felt. You know, not now. I felt it when our alumni come down, but when I walked the campus, I was like, damn, where the people at? I don't feel that black spirit, that culture. I don't feel it. And I guarantee you go to most of these little HBCUs, they all sound like a bunch of liberal LGBT feminist robots. And the black college presidents are not man or woman enough to push the black culture at black college. So what they're doing now is pushing their mainstreaming these HBCUs very long. But we always talking about they need to give us more money. Why? You don't want the damn HBCUs. Go ahead and let them turn them into community colleges or prisons. Y'all don't want them. You don't talk, because when you mention people like Malcolm X, when you mention people like Marcus Garvey, the Black Panther, no, they don't need to know about that. All of these men, all of these women are relevant. But on these black college campuses, all they try to do is push girls, and LGBT. It's happening at Grambling. I'm just here to tell y'all. But again, let me be a hater. I don't know what I'm talking about. Since Paul Mooney is not with us anymore, shout out to Paul Mooney. I guess I'll be the new Negro Damas. Shout out to Paul Mooney. No, I don't know anything about it, way, y'all. These are just my opinions. Y'all know me. I'm just sharing thoughts. But I know what I feel. I know what I see. Know what I hear. And if something ain't right in Denmark, and we gonna brag about it. Yeah, we got a lot of white people. We got this, diversity to me, again, was when I got to meet black folks I never met before. That was diversity. So how y'all dance in New York? How y'all dance in Chicago? What's the music? How y'all dance in New Orleans? What's the music there? They shake it, baby, roll with it, shake it, baby, roll with it, work that thing, that monkey on the stick. All of that. So how y'all do it over in the Caribbean? No, how y'all do it? No. And all the accents from the different areas of the country, from black folks. And we all came together and we made, talking about a black melting pot of cultures from different parts, not only the country, but the world. That's the diversity we need to be talking about. We need to continue to push our scholars on black kids. So then they can have that well-roundedness and they have that emotional intelligence for when they come out here, and they can be the next generation of fighters. Because I'm in my 50s now. I'm not going to be all in my 60s still broke and talking about this shit. No one else cares. Because people really don't care now. I'm just doing it because my Facebook page, my YouTube channel. Nobody cares. But yet we wonder why, damn, Grambling is gone. Damn, Southern ain't even Southern no more. See, all we seem to care about is football team. Not the blackness. We just want somebody running the ball so we can come to homecoming. You know. But anyway, there's my Sunday morning worship. Oh, glory. And I'll be back next week or maybe the week after that. Depends on how my week is going. I just want to share that with y'all. And if I left out anything, just ask me, Rico, what do you mean by this? I'll respond. But y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Mary Max, call me after this video is over. Good. I'll talk to y'all next time. Thank y'all. Those of you who tuned in, share this live. Share the live. And we'll talk in the future. Peace.